Hello, this is Alexis at BEIJO Group. Thank you for joining me for Visit Rio, a Love the Living Experience. Now in this series, there will be times when I'm offering longer Let's Talk clips. And these are intended to expand on the thought or maybe the backstory behind the moment of the day, let's say. So today is day one, and the topic of today, the main topic, of course, is BEIJO. And within that concept of BEIJO, there are many, many things that we could discuss. And some of them I think are very useful to have a time together where we can offer discussion at a deeper level. And I don't know if you've realized, as I have, it is very hard to communicate something thoughtful in 60 seconds or less. And so I want to take that opportunity to offer a space for a more thought-provoking dialogue than can be had in a short or a snippet. So, of course, our series begins with beijo. So, beijo in Portuguese is simply a word that means kiss. But here, I am talking about beijo as a concept, a loftier concept, which means agape. It's like the joie de vivre, the enthusiasm, the effervescence of life. And this is the divine love that moves through us and encourages us to open our heart and to feel and be purely experiential and curious about life, and to see, discover, or maybe even reclaim what it feels like to live more fully. So naturally, this series begins with beijo. And in this series, I will be sharing moments of inspiration that I have experienced directly while traveling in Brazil. So I have been in Brazil for about a week now, and I have been keeping a daily gratitude journal and taking notes to share with you all. But my beijo story begins over 20 years ago during my last trip to Brazil. At the time, I was married to a very nice man who is still a very nice man. And together we had, and we still have, thank God, this most beautiful child. And his name is Oscar. And anyhow, one day we were walking through a neighborhood in Rio called Laranjeiras, and I felt this overwhelming feeling of happiness. And I felt with some kind of certainty that there must be a piece of my soul that is resonant, that lives in this place. And I didn't even know what beijo was in those days. So anyhow, the other way I can describe this feeling of beijo is as a mother, when I look into the eyes of my son and my daughter, I feel beijo. And so anyhow, my beijo story begins 20 years ago here in Rio, here in Brazil. And then something happened in life that I did not expect to happen. And what happened was life. And there were times along the way where I became depressed. I became anxious. And at times I felt heartbroken. At times I felt like I wanted to lay down and ask God to take me. And thankfully that did not happen. And I do want to make it clear here that in no way is this video series attempting to be medical advice or mental health advice. If you need mental health interventions, by all means, you should seek a mental health professional. I'm simply sharing with you the concept of BEIJO through my story and through my travels. And so it happened to me, life. But a good thing also happened along this journey. And that was in a moment where I experienced something that showed me that it is possible to reclaim my innocence, to reclaim my joy, to become more clearly and purposefully aligned with my soul's journey, with my life's purpose in a very soulful and creative way. And so this thing, BEIJO, is what happened to me ultimately. And so I have a lot of content to share with you over the coming weeks. And I've been here already in Brazil for over a week, and there are still many moments yet to be had. This is not a scripted experience. It's a process of becoming purely experiential in life, and for allowing life to show me, to reveal to me BEIJO. And I look forward to sharing these moments with you, and I hope that you enjoy them, and I hope that these moments of inspiration add value to your life and to your process of self-discovery. And I hope that this journey, Visit Rio, will encourage you to love the living more and more. BEIJO.